Giám đốc Marketing và phân phối của Dragon Captial. Please welcome to stage Mr. Will Roche, Chief Marketing and Distribution Officer, Dragon Captial. He will share an inspiring talk. Topic: The return on investment of politics happiness. Welcome.
Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Will. Oh, wow, thank you. Good heavens, what a warm welcome. It is a pleasure to speak to you this afternoon about finance, but taking a very different perspective from what you normally would hear. And thus trying to understand what's the relationship between personal finance and happiness. What you have been talking as HR professionals all this afternoon is really about life, how people live their best life. How do you help your employees find the most that they can out of life in terms of at work, at home, how they strike that balance, how they can continue to grow? And there's a lot of things that certainly I've seen over my career develop in terms of talking about life that have evolved for much better. But one area what's still a little strange to talk about at work is money and investing. When you talk about investing, it sounds boastful. But the reality is we all already are investors. We may not think about being investors because we just think about money. But we invest our time. We invest our patience. We invest our love, our understanding, our commitment. And all of those provide us a return. So at Dragon Capital, when we talk about living like an investor, we're talking about everything that matters to you in life and how you embrace it and how you commit to achieving it. Question is, how do you extend that to your money? I should have used this slide to explain it. But live like an investor. Song Yu Nya Dao Tu. I'm sorry, my Ting Viet's terrible. But that's really the message. In understanding holistic happiness and your personal finances' role in that, it's like understanding light. White light, the simple light shining down on me, is composed of different colors: red, orange, green, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. If you take one of those away, you don't have white light. The same thing with holistic happiness. It is composed of the many colors of our lives, of our working experience. Am I progressing in my career? Am I recognized for my contribution? Do I like my team? Do they respect me? Those are all part of the white life of your professional experience. But so too is your sense of personal finance. So too is your sense of your personal affairs. And as HR professionals, what you need to recognize is you can never strip that out of your employees' experience. If that sense of security over their financial affairs is not there, if they cannot sleep at night because they're worried about bills or responsibilities, then the white light won't be there because one of the colors is missing. And it's not about being greedy. It's not about saying, I love money and money makes me happy. It's not about that at all. It's recognizing that all of us, especially of those of us who are here, are parents, and those who want to be parents. That sense that we have that we are providing and looking after our family is one of the most powerful factors in helping us find happiness and satisfaction in life. And your personal finance is part of that. And for you as HR professionals, while you cannot give somebody financial advice, please understand that no matter how much he or she is achieving in their role, if their financial affairs are not solid, that holistic happiness, that white light won't be there. What's the challenge with financial matters? Is that they are things that take time. So there's an expression in English, and I apologize for using that, of how Rome wasn't built in a day, how the beautiful city that is Rome took an incredible amount of effort over time to construct. It's the same thing with financial affairs. The other day, one of my colleagues gave me this, totally unexpectedly, this beautiful little pocket square. And that made me happy at a moment in time. When we get paid, when your employees receive their salaries, they're happy at that moment in time. But the type of happiness we're talking about is something that's far more profound, which is what Ms. Tang talked about this morning in terms of being able to lead the lifestyles that they want, in terms of being able to protect their families, in terms of being able to have that security, again, as I say, to be able to sleep at night. And again, that's the thing I think that's important for HR professionals to understand, is that when you're looking at compensation, it's not just about the salary, it's about everything that that's supporting in your employees' lives. And a moment in time is wonderful, but the way they will judge the happiness, the way they will judge that impact is how it's sustained over an extended period of time, over their career. What's the problem, though? The problem is that evolution has shaped our minds to focus on rewards today. We all know it. Things that are available to me right now are more powerful to me than things that are available to me in the future. So when we think about financial decisions, about creating that holistic happiness of getting to a position where you can look after your family, pay for your children's school fees, all of those things play out over time. I often get asked advice on how to invest and how to be a successful investor. Any of you who know doctors, who have doctors in your family, will know that they're always getting asked for medical advice. Well, it's the same thing is true for financial professionals. People always ask me, how do I save more? And the answer is, spend smarter. It's as simple as that. Investment and saving and spending are all part of the same aspects of the decisions you make at each point in time. Because we want immediate gratification, saving is hard because you're saying no to something today. And Ms. Tang and I talked about this in preparing for this. To find your financial happiness, you need to be able to say no to things today. But to be able to do that, you need to know what you're saying yes to tomorrow. And again, I think this is where, when you as HR professionals think about how you engage with your teams in terms of goal planning and goal setting, is understanding that what they are saying yes to tomorrow may be reflected in their career aspirations, may be reflected in how they look at their family, but how you can help them most is to help them see a pathway to their goals where one part of that is the financial decisions that they make. And those decisions are ones where the small choices, and this was why we talk about a brick being laid every hour. Each small decision that you make over time compounds. If you're talking to a 22-year-old and trying to tell him and her about you should save for your retirement because it's a good thing. I remember when I was 22, that was a message I wouldn't have heard. Why would a 22-year-old today hear it any more than I would have at my age? So goals, saying no to something today, doesn't necessarily have to just be about a tomorrow at the end of your career. It can be a tomorrow at intermediate points in your career. Saving for weddings, saving for children's educations, saving for the things that matter to you. But understanding that and how you can help support your teams into achieving that is, one, understanding that this is going to be part of their happiness. Two, helping them understand what are the goals that they're saying yes to in tomorrow. And then three, looking at strategies or structures. And this is why other countries have introduced pension plans and why benefits packages in other nations focus so heavily on that. is because helping people to save is a way of helping them to achieve that holistic happiness, because you are adding in that peace of mind to them of what you offer as an employer. So look, I've only got a few seconds left here, and I just want to say thank you for listening to me. I'm very grateful to Ms. Tang and to Amphibe and to all of this audience, this very impressive audience of HR professionals, for giving me some time. And my message about investment today has not been about just the money. It's about understanding the role that that money plays in your team's life and how that will continue to evolve over time, and how much you can do in help them understanding that all of this comes together. It's all part of that single white light of happiness. Thank you very much. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Will Ross, and please remain on stage. And right now, we are honored to welcome on stage Mr. Mike Herbert to come to the stage and deliver flowers and gifts to Mr. Will Ross.
We got the two Canadian boys, huh? Bowls of golden? Oh, that would have been amazing. Thank you. Listen, just before Mike gives me the flowers, everybody, please keep in touch. For the first 20 people who connect with me on LinkedIn, I will personally give you one of my little dragon babies. They're the best possible friend that you can have, especially as you go through your financial planning. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Mike. Hey, hell yeah. Thank
Và một lần nữa, chúng ta hãy dành một tràng pháo tay thật lớn cho Mr. Will Ross.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lan Anh à, khi mà nói về tương lai không biên giới thì Lan Anh nghĩ về điều gì?
Tương lai không biên giới hả? Chắc là mình sẽ chia sẻ dưới góc độ của một người đi làm đi ha. Thôi cụ thể là một người làm trong lĩnh vực nhân sự. Thì Lan nghĩ rằng là tương lai không biên giới là một thế giới hoặc là một nơi mà những cái nhân tài họ có thể phát triển, có thể tỏa sáng tài năng của mình. Và cái tương lai đó nó không có nhất thiết được quy định bởi vị trí địa lý nè, bởi nguồn gốc văn hóa hoặc là bởi cái ngành nghề của họ. Và ở trong cái tương lai đó thì chắc chắn rằng là cái việc mà chúng ta học hỏi, nâng cao kiến thức, kỹ năng cũng như là mở rộng những mối quan hệ của mình nó sẽ được thực hiện nhanh chóng và dễ dàng hơn bao giờ hết, có đúng không?
Dạ, chính xác là một tương lai không biên giới rất nhiều cảm hứng. Và ngay lúc này, để cho chúng ta có thể có thêm nguồn cảm hứng về chủ đề này, chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau đến với phiên Dual Talk Exchange với chủ đề Borderless Future, tương lai không biên giới.